It's me, an idiotic philanthropist, or Luke. God, I need to start recording my And what we're doing today, we're going to be ranking Dead by Daylight killers based on how fun they are to go against. And yeah, it's basically the gist of it. And we're going to start off with Trapper. Trapper is a weird one in my opinion because you get two different kinds of trappers. I'm just going to put, we're going to put a... What am I doing? Please, let me go, please. Alright. We're having technical difficulties right now. Alright. Trapper's a weird one because there's like two kinds of trappers, aka the guy who just installed the game, and the good trapper. Trappers that just installed the game put traps in the randomest places, and people that do main trapper, which are the scary and fun ones, are actually put traps in the best places ever, places you wouldn't even think a trap would be, which makes you really play very cautiously and has you be on your toes. Because of that, I'm giving him a strong B. Next up is Wraith. Wraith, I've always liked facing off the Wraith because, like, you're just doing gens, minding your own business, and then you just hear a ding dong, and you just immediately freak out. Like, I have times that my heart rate literally risen when I just do non-gens, and then I just hear a bing bong from the right of me. And that's what makes him string fun. Next up is Billy, and with Billy, he's an absolute blast. Like, Billy is very, very fun to go against, and maybe because we got normal Billies, the normal Billies, they just know how to play Billy. We have the pro hillbillies that literally wipe the floor with you, and then we have the rare breed of Billies, aka Sky Billies or Space Billies, which are so fun to watch. Like, if you're just playing Dead by Daylight and encounter a Space Billy or Sky Billy, you just have to watch them, okay? It's very beautiful watching him just glide up into the air. Right, next up is Nurse. B tier. Nurse is very middle of the road for me. Maybe because we have nurses who know how to play, and they just know how to play nurse, and when it comes to those nurses, it's all about a game of prediction, really. You just have to guess. You really just have to outguess your opponent. And we have the absolute pro league nurses that would wipe the floor with you and just don't even leave a second thought. Like, they're the pub stompers of Dead by Daylight pro league nurses. And because of that, they'd go right here, but, since it's so 50-50, we're putting him in the B. Myers. Alright, absolute blast. Yeah, I say more. Alright, Hag. I don't know if this is based on my experience when it comes to playing against this killer, but all the Hags I've played against were either like tunneling face campers or just people who just installed the game. That is my experience with Hags, and just because of this, I'm gonna put him in C. Hag is not really that fun to go against, in my opinion. Yeah. Doctor is a tiny bit slept on, in my opinion, when it comes to funness factor. I'll put him in B. Like, I've seen tier lists where I've seen like Doctor be placed in like C or even like F tier. AK would rather watch paint dry. But I feel like that's simply not the case. I feel like if you're going against, a good Doctor, then it is scary, thus making it kind of fun. Huntress. Another easy S tier. Huntress is another easy S tier in my opinion, because with hatchets, one thing you want to do is always hide around corners and just break her line of sight, and that could be really fun, because like Nurse, it's basically a game of predictability. Either predict when the nurse is going to throw her hatchet, so you can hide it behind a corner, or you just have to outmaneuver the hatchet, which is another part. Well, not like nurse. Sure, there's predictability involved, but there's also outmaneuvering your opponent too, which makes her very fun. Bubba. My experience with Bubba's is really good, so I'm putting him in A, because I had one game where there was like a chest, like I was playing, with my friend, and we encountered a Bubba who was literally in basement, sitting right next to the chest, and if you were to touch that chest, he was gonna shove that, and he literally shoved your chainsaw up your urethra. That is my experience with Bubba's. So I'm putting him right here in A, all because of that person. Freddy would rather watch paint dry. Homie's a snooze fest in the game and in real life. So yeah. Pig, another would rather paint dry. I'm just say this, I'm a killer main, okay? And even I know that going against Pig is not fun. Hey, even playing Pig isn't fun. I don't know, I just don't like Pig at all. Maybe I'm just complaining and whining and moaning about Plague too much. Not Plague, I'm stupid. Pig too much, but hey, that's just my ranking. Next up is Clown. Clowns. This is actually a hard one. Because I had games where I've gone against good clowns that, that knew how to throw their bottles in the right places and how to maneuver with them. But I've also had clowns that were just completely cancerous, just tunneling, face camping, and bathing in their own little piss bottles. Yeah, so I'm gonna put him in B. Alright, next up is Legion. Legion is another B. Legion is another B. Well, probably not above Trapper, probably above Nurse, because I've had games where I've literally had hairs on my arms raised while going against a Feral Frenzy Legion. Like, they're fun, okay? It gives you that adrenaline that you really need in this game. Because you're just sitting on Gen once again, and you literally see a teenager with a dream mask and a knife running towards you. You literally freak out. And I've had games where I've had Legions chase me for like 3 gens. It's like very fun. And next up is Plague. I rarely play against Plague. I've rarely gone against a player that plays Plague. I only remember one time, so I don't even have a ranking for this one. I was gonna put her in B because or him. That's it, but Ghostface is. I've had very much jump scare moments with Ghostface, so I feel like he's gonna go in A tier. Who do we got next? Demo. I've also rarely encountered demos at all, so he's going right there. Oni, B tier. The Oni they played off against are like good Onis or either bad Onis, so they're going right. So he's going right there. Deathslinger. Deathslinger's going right there. I hate going against Deathslinger. Like, every time I go against Deathslinger, I literally... My blood pressure literally rises every time I go against them. Pyramid Head. Okay. Like Demogorgon and Plague, I've rarely gone against a Pyramid Head player. So, we're gonna put him right there. Blight. Blight mains. As a Blight main... This might sound I'm a little biased, but I have a lot of spec for Blight mains. And because of them, Blight's an S tier character. Blight is so fun to go against. So that's my ranking. Like, I've seen games where I've barely avoided Blight shoving the cane right up my bum. From them, like, trying to hug tech me from from like a few others. Okay, next up is twins. See here. The twins I've gone against, which are like 5. I've gone against like 5 different twins. I feel like twins goes right there. I mean, actually, here. In fact, she's in fact a high B. I've gone against twins players, where I've literally gotten jump scared. I've literally gotten jump scared by Victor multiple times, man, because of his screech. I literally recoil in my seat every time I see Victor running by, going like it's kind of scary. Trickster. Alright, Nemesis. Nemesis is a killer. Yeah, that's all I have. Nemesis is a killer. Nemesis is another B. Pinhead. Again, he's another B. Artist. This list is ending off horribly because the artists I've gone against were like cancerous. Like they were like I remember like they were like tunneling this one person, and I like felt extremely bad for him. But that's just the way the ball really bounces when it comes to Dead by Daylight. And also, I had an artist chase me for like 4 gens, so it's ridiculous. Okay, as a killer main, I feel bad for survivors, or at least survivor mains at least. So she's going into theater. Sadako, or the Rain Girl, or Onryo, whatever. Another B. Mainly because, you know, I guess the whole condemned thing is kind of cool. When you have full condemned, you are effed right up the butt if you have full condemned. But that's really the list right now. So I'm sorry that I don't really have deep explanation for all this, considering I'm doing this solely off of my whole brain and experience. Like, I don't even have a script for this. So yeah, there's the list. Hope you enjoyed, and bye.